Hey, thanks there for checking out our channel. This is the first time you've ever been to our channel. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like. And hit the like button if you like this kind of stuff. But what this is going to be, we're going to try to do a, hopefully a how-to video on how to test and repair this scale right here. This is a Gallagher scale. We'll open it up. I'll show you a little bit about it. But if you're curious about a little bit more about us, go in the description area. We've got links to our websites and stuff down there you can click on. Or our website is for cattle scale repair is cattlescalerepair.com. And we also work on electric fence boxes and stuff for people of all brands. It's fencerfixer.com. But like I said, there's all kinds of description, or down in the description area, there's a couple of links down there you can click on and take you right to our site. But we'll get this unit and talk a little bit about it. Let's open it up here. Like I said, this is a Gallagher Smart Scale 200. This was replaced by, they don't make this model anymore, but this was replaced by the Gallagher W210. I actually have one of those scales here. This is the Gallagher 210 scale. You can kind of see a little bit of the differences. It's internal. They share the same battery, but the circuit boards are completely different, mounted different, everything. Got the same sort of switch on it, kind of. Got the same button layout. All this does is just a glorified weight display. And if you're curious on how old your scale physically is, this goes for any of the Gallagher scales. If you open up the back, I find the sticker with all the data on it and specs and stuff. There's a little sticker in there and I have a real long number on there somewhere. And this is the very bottom number there, the 04 number. If you look at the first four digits, 0415, that's the date code. 04 is the year, and 15 is the week of that year. So this is manufactured the 15th week of 2004. So this thing's got, based on when this video was done, 14 years, I guess. Yeah, 14. Or 16. 16 years. 16 years of age on it. But the complaint on it is, they didn't really write about it, but this, when you turn it on, you look at it, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. If you look at it, when you get to the final thing, it shows fine. When you first turn it on, all these digits are all out of place. And I talked to a guy about this here not too long ago. He said the scale works fine, the low bars work fine, but his scale's all jacked up like it is. And what he said happened, or what he thinks happened, he weighs a bunch of pigs and for shows and stuff. And what he said was, he said either the pigs ran through and knocked it off, and when it fell, it did that, or it fell and then he stepped on it, and then it started doing it. But he doesn't remember what was what, but he said the pigs were getting a little rambunctious and caused this mess with it. Let me get a different knife. But what you got to do is you've got to pop all these little gray dust caps out of it. If you lose them, don't worry about it. They're just dust caps to keep the dust off the screws. So you need a pocket knife or something in there to pop them out. But I don't really ever worry too much about them. All right, and then we got all the screws in this style are all Phillips. So we'll take all the screws loose. And then this piece just pulls off. That's the inside of it. So the first thing you want to do when you start fooling with one of these or whatever is you want to unplug this cord here. This is your battery. I'll just wiggle and pull. And there's a battery pack inside. This cord right here Goes down to this connection here, which is your AC and 12-volt adapter for battery charging. And then we're going to unplug these two cords over here. It's going to wiggle and pull. And these are where your low bars tie into the outside to the unit. So what we're going to try and we're going to look at first is we're going to look at the solder joints in the back here and see if any of them are broke. There's all these pins right here go up to all these pins up here, which feed power to this display. And looking at them, nothing looks broken. What I need to do next is got to be very careful. I'm going to try to pull this LCD off of here. And the new ones are soldered on top and bottom. The LCDs are soldered straight to the board. These are press fitted onto these little things right here, little black things. And there's double-sided foam tape in there that's holding this LCD in place. So I'm going to try to pry this LCD board off of here. I'm going to get down right where the foam is at and try to separate the LCD from it. And you don't want to do it too hard because you don't want to crack this LCD, especially if it's still good. And we don't know 100% yet if it's good or not. Try to pry up a little bit right here, right there. Just gotta take it easy. For one, the LCD's got glass on top of it, and you don't want to crack that glass. There we go. Now we're separating. See, there's that double-sided foam or two little pieces of it there. That's there to hold it in place, also to cushion it. Now we should just be able to wiggle and lift up and pull that LCD board off. Because if there's anything wrong with these chips here, you know, for being a bare bone basic scale, there's some sophistication to the thing. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these little black things here. I'm gonna wiggle them and see if any of them feel like a bad solder joint, and none of them feel bad. Okay, well, this is the old LCD. I got a new LCD here, and we're gonna plug this in and try it because none of the solder joints look broken. So now we're going to put the new LCD. That's a good thing about the old ones. The old ones, you can get LCDs put on there. They don't go bad very often unless something happens to them. So usually the circuit board has a problem, but the newer scales, LCDs are hard-wired and soldered straight to the board on top and bottom, so they're a nightmare to get off there compared to these old ones. So there's a new LCD because here's the old one. So let's just try it, see what happens. We're going to set this board down here. We're just going to plug in just the battery for now. Plug all the other wires in a second. So there it is. So you see it says hello, or before this LCD was all over. So the LCD was the problem. So, you know, it's a pretty cheap fix on this thing, but I'm going to unplug this real quick. I don't have any low bars to hook it up to, but the guy said his low bars were working fine. This LCD was cutting out half the numbers on top and bottom, where he couldn't read what was going on with it. And then if the circuit board in these older Gallagher scales, Gallagher calls these older model smart scales, they call it. They call them the legacy scales now because they don't make any of them, and they don't make a lot of parts for them. You can still get battery packs for them. You still get battery chargers for them, and we sell the battery packs, and we sell the actually we actually make and solder up and make battery chargers for these things. We don't use the factory ones because they're too darn expensive. We actually just make our own for them. But as you can see, it's working. It shows things, and you hit the button, the buttons beep. So now we can basically just put this thing back together. Actually, I was looking here. If you see right here, probably when it hit the ground, but when the pigs come flying through and knocking crap around, it's probably where it hit and broke things. So now we're just going to put the screws back in it. And then we'll just make sure that as we turn it on, it goes where it's supposed to go on the different things. But the circuit boards for these older Gallagher scales are no longer made anymore, so if the circuit board ever goes bad in general, this one wouldn't be able to get fixed. They don't make the boards anymore. So see, it goes hello, goes through all the different settings. But you really can't see it very much because it's on. I don't have any glow bars hooked up to it, but the buttons are all beeping. So this scale is fine. He said the low bars are working fine. So this basically is all done. I mean, that was a quick fix. I was hoping it was going to be that, or a resoldering of something. If it had been the whole board that had an issue, then we would have been screwed, and the guy would have had to go out and buy a new, $750 scale on a new W210, which he was prepared to do that, but he needed to know if this one could be fixed or not. So luckily, he was able to get fixed. So, well, if you've got a Gallagher low bar or Gallagher scale that needs worked on, we work on all those different scales and brands of low bars and stuff for weighing cattle and livestock. We work on the Tru-Test, Gallagher, Digi-Star, Weightronix, a bunch of other brands out there that we work on, but we work on everything that's available to be worked on. So, but until the meantime, until we do another repair on a scale, I'll show you how to work on one or how one works. We will see you later, and make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that like button. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys later.